Good morning, everybody. Eric Lofholm here. Thrilled to be with you on this beautiful Friday morning. Thank you for joining us. And we're going to be getting started here in just a little bit. Neil, good morning. Nice to see you. Got that strong Zoom game going on. I love the background. Awesome. Thank you for joining us here on this beautiful Friday morning as we're wrapping up, getting to our final Fridays. Only a few of them left in 2022. Wrapping up the year strong. I think we're at 44 days left in the year. And it's great to be with all of you here, whether you're here live or you're watching the recording or listening to the recording. You can find all the information at csidailypodcast.com, csidailypodcast.com. And let's see here, next month, starting December 1, we are bringing back the Napoleon Hill series. So we're going to have a fun December, a lot of enthusiasm, great ideas to share. So if you're a fan of Napoleon Hill's work, you're going to love our December content. We'll do 15 minutes of Napoleon Hill once a day, Monday through Friday for all of December. And let's see here. Dottie on Facebook. Good morning, Dottie. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. And Janice. Hi, Janice. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Halea, good morning. Nice to see you. Dave in Vegas. Hey, Dave, welcome. San Diego area code. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Karen Briggs. Hey, Karen. Great to have you. Thank you for being here this morning. We're going to get started here in about 30 seconds. I am home today, but I have a different background, and my son is visiting for Thanksgiving from college. So he's up in the office, probably sound asleep right now. So I'm down in the living room. That's why the background looks different. I'm not in a hotel today. I am home. So let me get the recording started. We're going to jump into our program today. Good morning. This is Eric Lofholm. I want to welcome all of you to the Continuous Sales Improvement Daily Podcast, where we lift the weights for 15 minutes a day to put you in the best mindset possible so you can have a great day. If you're right-handed, take your right hand. If you're left-handed, take your left hand. Pat yourself on the back and tell yourself, great job for being here this morning. Type into the chat, today is a great day. Today is a great day. I want to acknowledge you for being here this morning to put yourself in the best mindset possible so you can have a fantastic Friday as we're wrapping up 2022. So I'm calling today's episode Mind Exercises. Mind exercises. And so one of the areas where we can lift the weights in and get better is in how we think. And we're all born with a certain way of thinking, and then we have our environment and our parents and our bosses that we've had, if you've ever had a boss, and the teachers that you've had, and the coaches that you've had, and your relatives, and your spouse or significant other. You know, people are constantly projecting onto us how they see us. And so when you have people like me in your life that see the greatness in you, Neil, I'm the number one cheerleader, Neil, in your life, and I see your greatness. And so when we have people around us that are positive and they see the good in us, but not everybody's that way, and some people are critical of us. And so one of our opportunities to grow is to grow our mind. So I'm going to walk you through some real practical things that you can do to get stronger. And if you could get into my mind right now, if you could see my mind, if my mind was like my body, right? You would see my mind as like a bodybuilder. I would be a championship bodybuilder, but you can't see it because it's my mind, right? You can't, it doesn't show in my body how strong our mind is. I've been working on my mind for decades, and I continue to peel back the never-ending layers of the onion of the mind. And so I'm going to start off this morning with visualization. So the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between a real event and an imagined event. So if you visualize the financial abundance that you're seeking, if you visualize the body that you want to create, if you visualize the number of clients that you want to have for a full practice, if you visualize delivering that great presentation and closing that sale, if you visualize putting together a great YouTube channel or a great video. So I want to show you one of my favorite stories of all time around visualization, and it's from Billy Mills. And so I'm going to pull up a little video. We're going to watch this video together. Now let me create the video. Billy Mills, he won the 10,000 meter race in the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. And so this is one of the all-time great 1-minute videos in the history of history. It's just absolutely fantastic. So let's go right to the video.
And here we go in the final lap for the gold medal in the 10,000 meter. And up front is Bill Mills. He's pressing Ron Clark, the world champion. Bill Mills in the United States, number 722, is leading Ron Clark. And in third place right now is Mahout Gammoudi of Tunis. A tremendous upset if Bill Mills can hang on. But Gammoudi goes out ahead as Gammoudi right now leading in the 10,000 meter. Ron Clark is third. Rather, Bill Mills is in third. Ron Clark is in second right now. This is the final lap for the 10,000 meter. The unheralded Mahout.
So we're in the final lap. There's 40 seconds left in the race or so. The guy that wins it, Billy Mills, he's in third place right now. So it's not looking like he's going to win. So watch what happens.
Gammoudi of Tunis is putting on a tremendous sprint. He's out ahead of Ron Clark. Bill Mills, the United States, is in third place. This will certainly be the fastest 10,000 meter ever run by an American. Here they come down the final lap. Can Ron Clark catch Gammoudi? They're going through the field. He's coming up. He's passing Gammoudi. Look at that. Look at Mills. Look at Mills. Mills is coming on. What a tremendous surprise here. Bill Mills wins the 10,000 meters.
So I'm going to put this this link to the video in the chat, and I invite you to watch it a couple times. It's only a minute long. I've seen this clip 50 times, and I just love it. Just put it in the Zoom chat. So what happened here, he ran the race 25 seconds faster than he had ever run it. That's unheard of. That in the running world, that's called PR, personal record. All right. You don't PR by 25 seconds in the gold medal race. It's unheard of. And what he ended up doing, they interviewed him. You know, how did you do this? How did you PR? How did you get that kick at the end? And he said that he had visualized that last lap for 4 years. So he'd get ready to go to bed at night, and he would imagine that lap for 4 years. So he had experienced it, you know, like literally 1,000 times, and his body took over. And you look the kick at the end, like nobody gets a kick like that. The kick is that sprint at the very end of that race. So it's 25 laps around a 400-meter track. And he did that with visualization. So think about the idea. When we're talking about visualization, all we're doing is we're just picturing something in our mind. So picture in your mind right now being at a beach. Just see yourself at a beach right now. Okay, that's all visualization is. So one way to lift the weights is to visualize success. And some people do just the opposite. They visualize failure. They visualize doom and gloom. They visualize it not working out. So the more you work on your visualization, the stronger your mind muscle is going to be. Okay, here's your next idea. You can't think negative and positive at the same time. So if you're having negative thoughts, then you're not having positive thoughts. Fear and faith can't coexist. That's one of the all-time great things about the mind. Fear and faith can't coexist. I'm rarely in fear. I used to be in fear all the time. And I figured out that if I'm in faith, then I'm not in fear. So if you shift your focus, if you're thinking negative and you shift over to positive, you go to gratitude, if you go to all the great things in your life, your mind is it's gonna pivot for you. And what your mind's doing is it's creating your reality. So the problem with negative thinking is it's creating our reality, which is going to impact your performance, positive or negative. All right, next idea. This is simple, but it's subtle, and it's a breakthrough idea for me. Focus on creating what you want versus what isn't working. Focus on creating what you want versus what isn't working. So I'm going to tell you guys a quick story, and it's a story about my relationship with my dad. And when I was growing up, from age 10 to 17, I lived with my dad. And my dad is not an affectionate person. So he's not like somebody that would hug me. He's not somebody that would say the words, "I love you." So I grew up from age 10 to 17, and I didn't hear that from my dad. And then as I became an adult, I created a story around that. It was a complaint about my dad. So if you and I were talking, and just if somehow the conversation went in that direction, I might complain to you. You know, my father never told me that he loved me. He still doesn't tell me he loves me. So I was focusing on my complaint. So that was my reality. It was all true. I mean, he didn't say he loved me. That was true. But here's the thing, though. That's not what I wanted. See, out of the complaint, I was expressing, I wanted my father to say to me he loved me, but I was complaining about it. So I thought one day, here I am complaining and focusing on what's not working. So what I'm creating is what's not working. So I thought about it different. I just like tilted my head, which is a metaphor for thinking about something differently. I didn't literally tilt my head, but metaphorically, I tilted my head and I looked at it through a different lens. And I thought about, well, how could I create what I want? Instead of focusing on my dad not telling me he loves me, how could I get my dad to tell me he loves me? So that became the inquiry in my mind. And I thought, okay, I'm going to try something. The next time I'm with my dad over the phone or face to face, at the end of our time together, I'm going to say, "I love you." And I'm going to see what happens. And it's been so many years ago now, I don't remember if it was in person or over the phone. I think it was in person, but it doesn't matter. So we had our communication. And then at the end, I said, "I love you." The darndest thing happened. He said, "I love you" back. I was like, wow. Instead of me complaining about something that I don't want, I looked at it differently, and then I created what I wanted. And now we've said it hundreds, if not thousands of times to each other. We'd end a conversation, "I love you, I love you." He'll say it first, or I'll say it first, and then the other reciprocates. What an interesting thing. So if you're in a complaint right now about your boss, or if you're in a complaint about your spouse, or if you're in a complaint about your financial situation, are you focusing on what isn't working? Or are you focusing on what you want to create? So I want you to think about that, because you could have a whole different reality. So I got a couple classes coming up for you guys, and these ones happen to be free. So I would like you to do my planning class with me, and you can register at planningclass.com, www.planningclass.com. If you haven't registered yet, I want you to go register. The live class is free and the recordings are free. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to coach you on creating your 2023 plan. And it's going to be awesome, and you're going to love it, and you're going to be so glad you did the class with me. And if you can't make it live, you can do the recordings, and it's going to be next month in December. It's a 2-part class. So head on over there, just go register right now, and you can share it on your social media. You can bring it up at your next sales meeting. We already have over 200 people registered in classes. It's not for about a month. So we're going to have 1,000 to 2,000 people in there, and I want you to be in there. And then next month, December, which is in about a week, a little over a week, 2 weeks, we're going to do a series on Think and Grow Rich and the Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill. So on our morning call that you're on with me right now, all December long, I'm going to be teaching Napoleon Hill content. So that's going to be an awesome time, and I'm looking forward to having you in that class. So you don't need to register for that, although you can, and I'll give you the link when we get closer to the date. Just however you're on the call with me right now, however you're watching or listening to the recording, or you're here live on Zoom or Facebook, it'll be the same login. So today's Friday. Let's go out and have a fantastic Friday. Thank you for joining me today. Halea, have a great day today. Ed Watt, thank you for joining me. Janice, thanks for being here. Marianne, have a great day today. Neil Evans, have a great day. Dave Austin, thank you for joining us. Sissy, thanks for being here. Natalie, you know the number. And Natalie, you're doing fantastic. You are going to have a full notary practice, Natalie, before you know it. It's going to happen for you. Steve Shaw, Steve, you are one of the most motivated human beings on planet Earth right now. You have greatness inside of you. You're a master recruiter and a future guaranteed multi-millionaire. Michael, thank you for joining me today. 3 million's the number, Michael, over 10 years. Jeremy, you have greatness inside of you. Thank you for joining us today, Jeremy. Pam in Long Beach. Pam, have a great day today. Kevin Connect. Kevin, thank you for joining us. And let's see here. Jim George. Hey, Jim. Thanks for being here on Zoom. Sandra, I so enjoyed your share on the protege call yesterday. Bob in Connecticut. Bob, hey, have a great day today with your real estate business. Thank you for being here. John, thanks for joining us. Mike, great to have you here. Masiv, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. If I mispronounced it, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day today. And let me see if I can see our friends on Facebook. And perfect. Karen Briggs, have a great day today. Carrie Thompson, thank you for joining us, Carrie. Lori on Facebook, have a great day. Christine, have a great day. Steve Hardison, thank you for saying hi, Steve. Thank you for all you do for me and for so many. All right, well, that is going to wrap up our call. It was wonderful to be with you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.